Delly, Len, and Sabonis?
They're coming back home. We left them in LA last night, and they all seem like they're good to go to travel, and we'll take a look at them when they get back. But it sounds like they're all doing pretty good.
How hard is it to manage when a bug like that is going around the organization and trying to separate guys, keep people healthy, have a good team ready to go out and play?
I mean, it's tough. You don't wish that upon anybody, but we've shown time and time again that we have a deep team, and at the end of the day, that's why you have 17 guys on your team, and things are going to happen where somebody can't go or something like that, and the next person has to be ready to step up and fill the shoes in front of them, and we've done a good job of maintaining that most of the year.
How good does it feel to be riding a 5-game winning streak, getting that fifth win, even missing some guys?
Anytime you can put a streak together, it feels good. You just feel happy for the team to get a win like that on the road versus a good team. But like you said, not more so for the guys because the way that a guy like Richaun, the way a guy like Mezzi, they've handled not playing. Yeah, it's been terrific, and they've stayed ready. They've been professional about it. So to see them more so get an opportunity and show people that they're more than capable. Not only that, they're staying ready no matter what. To me, that was the most exciting part about last night is just the success that Richaun had as a starter.
Are you noticing that there were lessons learned maybe from earlier in the year when you guys had that winning streak and then maybe lost some games that you probably shouldn't have?
No, like, a lot of people say that to me. Like I've been told, hey, you guys have this tendency to lose to teams that are on a losing streak coming into your building and stuff like. NBA is hard, and I try to take each team separate and not necessarily whether this team's been on a winning streak or a losing streak or anything like that. If we go do what our job is, no matter who's in front of us, we should have a good chance to win. But there are going to be some nights out of 82 games that we just ain't going to win. And as long as you feel like you've competed and you try to play the right way, you chalk it up as a learning lesson. You see where you can get better for the next time. I take a deep breath and you move forward. But again, I don't know, really what teams there are that we should have beaten, and because some people might say, well, you guys were supposed to lose to Cleveland, or something like that, and we ended up sweeping them twice. So we just need to keep focusing on doing the little things, and the biggest area of improvement for us right now, because we've shown time and time again that our offense, knock on wood, is going to be there most nights. But defensively, we have to do a good job protecting that paint, and that's what we're focusing on now. And our guys did a tremendous job of that, especially the last three quarters against the Lakers last night.
You've been consistent with that messaging about doing your job each game for the entire season.
Yeah.
Are you noticing that guys are responding to that? Is that part of sort of the maturity of this team?
100%. And again, it's one of those things where if we have one person not doing their job, then it makes all of us look bad because everybody knows in this day and age, particularly with as skilled as everybody is, it's five guys got to guard the basketball. So when the ball moves, all five guys got to move. You have very few people out there, if any, that can really guard the ball one-on-one and stop somebody. And so it takes a collective group effort for us to get it done. And our guys are starting to understand that. Not only does it take that, but it takes a mental discipline / toughness, however you want to call it, because you have to help out, but then when that ball gets swung to your guy, you got to close out, you got to try to keep him out in the middle, you got to contest, you got to box out, so you got to do a lot of different things on a possession, time, and sometimes 2 and 3 times in one possession, time after time after time. And do you have that mental discipline to want to do it? It's easy to say, and you're like, oh, these guys are NBA players, but that's hard when you think about every possession, every game, 82 regular season games, preseason practices, regular practices on the year, preseason games, playoff game. That's hard, and when you get that disposition, in my opinion, you can go to another level.
When it comes to Richaun defensively, do you think there's still an aspect of like figuring out the best way to optimize him there, whether that be like having him at the level or switching?
Yeah, he's, as athletic as he is, we feel like we can do both, and he did some of it last night. We switched him on at times on LeBron, and then we had him playing coverage at times. And so, it's just a matter of him continuing to grow in that area, and he's head and shoulders above where he was to start, like all of us are, where he was to start the season as opposed to now. He was really good. I thought in the pick and roll last night. Not only was good defending the pick and roll, but he and I watched some film yesterday morning about how he set screens. His angle of screens prior to last night hadn't been good, and I thought he was fantastic setting on ball screens for whoever. And he was a big reason why a lot of our guys were getting downhill into the teeth of the defense. It was because of his screens in pick and roll situation.
And more in general, what do you see from the team offensively, just trying to play somewhat of that same style, but not from Domas, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, we threw some different things out there. We got creative kind of on the fly, trying to get HB the ball because we saw that they were switching pick and rolls, and so we wanted to try to attack that or exploit that as best we can. And I say that because the biggest thing that came out of it, obviously, it worked from time to time, and huge. We did it on the bucket that HB got the 3-point play at the end of the game. But the thing that you like about it is our guys being able to execute something that's kind of thrown at them during the course of a game that they've never really practiced, and to be able to do it, time and time again, just kind of on the fly. That's a sign of maturity because it's hard. We have a lot of different actions in that we've taught them throughout the year, and tight ball game on the road, missing one of your all-stars. Now coach throws something new out there, and when he calls it, he expects, no matter who's on the floor, he expects you guys to execute it, and they did it. So to me, that was pretty impressive. That shows a sign of our team maturing and understanding how important little details are, how important it is to pay attention in the timeout, not only if you're in the game, but even if you're not in the game, because when you go in, I'm going to probably call that same play again because it's work.
Coach, once again, you talked about it last night, like the bean chance, but I mean, does this movement continue to surprise you especially in the Lakers' house?
It kind of does, but it doesn't. And the reason why it doesn't, I said it last night, but fans in Sacramento are unbelievable, and just as much as you hear those chants, I'm hearing that a lot of these fans are traveling like to games, and that's like college type environment, and that's why college sports is so fun, just because the passion, excitement, and unpredictability is always there. And so to have fans show up on the road like that and sporting their Sac Kings gear, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Mike, with the trade deadline coming up, what are the conversations like that you're having with Monty right now, and what's the balance you try to find in terms of evaluating your position right now and what you can accomplish this year versus maybe 2-3 years down the road when it comes to those discussions?
Yeah, I love the guys that we have, and we all do. I know Monty and Wes do, but obviously they have a job, and not just during the trade deadline, but they got to constantly meet to talk about the draft and G League players and who's up, who's down, and so obviously they did a fantastic job in the draft this past summer, and that's kind of in their wheelhouse, and so I'll let them keep meeting and trying to figure it out, and if they come up with something, they'll let me know. But we love the guys that we have on this team.
All right, thank you.